I'm Kent. I am the manager for the nuclear team at Carrington West. I've worked quite closely with attraction of women into several industries, and most recently we've joined partnership with WIN, and that led us to a conversation with Trellis Collective, which allowed us to be a partner for the event last Thursday.
So I'm Ella, I'm the Compliance and Business Support Manager here at Carrington West. I'm also the ED&I lead, so I currently already work with consultants and externally with clients to promote best practice and fair hiring practices. So key themes were the issues that the UK is currently having in regards to hiring women, and then nuclear specific issues, so the nuclear industry specific issues they're having hiring women into the industry, what they're doing so far to address, what's been working, what hasn't been working, and what's holding back people entering the industry as a whole.
Nuclear companies at the moment are really focusing on getting young women into the industry by meeting them at university, college, school, really getting that early engagement, really trying to change the dynamic that engineering and the nuclear industry is just for men, and really trying to change that male-dominated thought process. To do that, what they've been looking at is trying to get more women into senior roles and get that engagement side sorted, as well as what the industry is doing as a whole, which is trying to change some of the wording on how they promote the nuclear industry to take away from some of the negative press that definitely isn't warranted.
Key takeaways would be that more needs to be done to attract and retain women within the industry.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think some of the key takeaways were the challenges that we have as a whole of getting women in. The WIN objective for 2030 is going to be quite difficult to achieve, just in the fact that the amount of people entering the industry is not enough, let alone how many of those will be female. In addition to that, when we're looking at attraction, we've got to look at all of the different ways in which you can get rid of some of the mythology. And then when it comes to retention, we're looking at peer-to-peer coaching, support, connection within the industry, as well as trying to get people who maybe haven't heard of the nuclear industry. A lot of women entering the industry currently knew someone within it, and they're trying to change that dynamic, and a lot of that was discussed, and how we can try and change the focus and ideas. Some of the things we've done at Carrington West in the past would be quite useful. So we've, so a couple of tips where we helped a client promote women by putting more of them on their social media, their LinkedIn, their website. Anytime they're out in the press, making sure that photos were inclusive of women in engineering. And additional to that, it's a big piece of it was about having contact with senior people, and certainly women in senior roles. And one thing we did was we changed the client's process to allow the senior manager, rather than the middle management, take on the interview process, because she was a woman, and that meant that more women felt comfortable that this was an organisation that they could work in, which increased their success rate. So a lot of what's being discussed at this event by Trellis was something that we've actually seen proven to work in other industries as well.
So as Kent has already said, we've worked with clients before in the past just to guide them on best practice with hiring and diversity, to make sure their job ads are inclusive, to make sure where they're posting their jobs, where we're posting jobs, will reach everybody across a wide selection of people. And we help with the attraction and retention of females in the industry. So obviously a massive part of retaining women in the industry is ensuring that they have policies and procedures that support these women once they're in, so fair maternity, paternity, menopause policies.
Yeah, I think one thing that I've noticed since working closely with Ella in the industry on this sort of thing is she gets a lot of information from different areas, which allows you to be able to make better judgment and better calls based on what the industry is doing or wider industries are doing. In addition to that, I think sometimes some of the stuff sounds really obvious, but when you're in the moment in your company, building a job description or something like that, sometimes you're focused on getting the right person, the right skills, that the wording and such might not be quite right to attract women because you're so focused on what you need to do, which is the right thing. And that's where we can take an external view and be able to sort of just make those small tweaks that make all the difference.